There's a difference between being alone and being unavailable to distraction. Most people think they spend time alone, but what they really do is remove people while keeping noise. Music in the car, scrolling before bed, calling someone the moment silence stretches too long. You can be physically alone and still never meet yourself. Real solitude feels different. It's the moment you sit in your room and nothing is happening. No stimulation, no background sound, no one reacting to you, and suddenly your thoughts get louder. Not dramatic thoughts, just unfinished ones. Questions you've been avoiding. Subtle discomfort you usually drown out. This is where change begins. Psychologically, when external input decreases, your brain's default mode network becomes more active. That's the network responsible for self-reflection, identity processing, and narrative construction. In simple terms, when you remove noise, your brain starts reorganizing you. But here's what most people don't realize. The first phase of solitude isn't peaceful. It's restless. You might feel bored, irritated, slightly uneasy. That discomfort isn't emptiness. It's withdrawal. Your mind is used to constant stimulation. When it loses it, it has to confront what's underneath. And underneath, there's usually pattern. You begin noticing things. You notice how often you seek validation, how quickly you reach for your phone. Alone time exposes micro behaviors, and awareness of micro behaviors is the foundation of transformation. There's another layer here. Attachment systems are calibrated in relationship, but self-definition happens in solitude. When you're always surrounded by people, your brain constantly adapts to external cues. You laugh because they laugh. You agree because the room agrees. You soften opinions to maintain connection. This isn't because you're pretending, it's simply how we learn to belong. But without solitude, you never check what's actually yours. Spending time alone creates psychological differentiation. You start separating who you are from who you are around others. That's not isolation, that's individuation, and it changes you quietly. You might notice places that once felt exciting now feel draining. Conversations that used to entertain you feel repetitive. Habits that once felt normal now feel misaligned. Nothing dramatic happens, just subtle misalignment. That's growth. There's also a neurological component. When you spend intentional time alone, your stress system can recalibrate. Without constant social evaluation, your nervous system exits performance mode. Cognitive processing deepens. Emotional integration improves. You think more clearly because you're not managing perception. This is why a simple walk alone can shift your mood. Because for a moment, no one needs anything from you. Solitude removes external demand. And in that removal, your internal signals become audible. You start recognizing which relationships exhaust you and which restore you. You start detecting where you overextend and where you suppress. Alone time doesn't change you by adding something new. It changes you by revealing what was already there. There's a common fear attached to solitude. If I spend too much time alone, I'll become distant. But healthy solitude doesn't detach you from people. It refines your connection to them. You stop interacting from insecurity. You stop filling silence to avoid discomfort. You become more deliberate, more selective, more stable. And here's the subtle part most people miss. The person who avoids solitude often avoids self-confrontation, because silence removes external reference points. And without reference points, you can't outsource your identity. You have to define it. That's why solitude feels lonely at first. But if you stay long enough, loneliness transitions into clarity. You begin enjoying your own cognitive rhythm. You become less reactive to trends, less pressured by comparison, not because you stopped caring, but because you became internally anchored. Spending time alone won't make you perfect. It won't eliminate insecurity, but it will show you where it lives. And once you see where it lives, you can respond to it consciously instead of unconsciously. That's the real change. Solitude doesn't transform you overnight, it refines you. And refinement is quiet. You won't wake up a different person. You'll just notice that certain things no longer fit. And when things stop fitting, that's usually a sign you're growing into something more aligned, not louder, just more accurate. And sometimes, accuracy is the deepest form of change.